what we are going to do now is to follow up with the finance if they can be able to squeeze us anything small in order to save the communities, fishing communities.
Procedural point by the honourable member. Procedural matter.
I'm Kayondo Fred, MP Mkona South Constituency. Honourable Speaker, I don't know whether we are proceeding right if the Honourable Minister stands on the floor and begins talking lies. The hostility on the shores of Lake Victoria are escalating each and every day. People are dying. People are being tortured. People's boats are being broken every day. People are being killed. But when she stands here and says that there is any improvement on Lake Victoria, she is lying. So are we proceeding right if the minister stands on the floor of Parliament and talks lies to this Parliament? Thank you.
You know, I'm going to be kind to you because words like lies offend grossly the records of Parliament and the appropriate use of language in this place. You never call another man a liar or telling liars. Those words are too strong. You can use words like factual inexactitudes. They'll be more appealing to the Hansards and the rules of the House, and or words like it's not entirely true. The minister is not being truthful. The minister is being mean with the truth. Such ones are better than the one you used. So let's respect each other. We use words that are acceptable. Even when you are talking to me, even outside there, you say you're a liar. Even without being in Parliament, the eyes will change. So imagine now in Parliament. So let's moderate our language. Procedure.
Honourable Speaker, initially I'd wanted to seek clarification from the Honourable Minister.
No, you said procedure.
No, initially, I said initially, but then he took leave. But then I want to pick it from where she left, because I thought the issues the member were raising related to livelihoods. And the Minister, of course, spoke to the future, and lives are about the present. Without the present, the future does not exist. She did mention that they had a conversation with the finance to make provision for short-term, provision for the communities. Would it be procedurally okay if the minister, by way of trying to calm the nerves of the communities, make clarification as to what nature of provision, what nature of conversation took place between the Ministry of Fisheries and any finance, so that communities can know and take care of their short-term expectations, so that we do not leave this matter lying in abeyance without clarification, Madam Speaker.
Honourable Minister, it would have sat with me very comfortably if you had said, Mr. Speaker, these are new matters and they keep evolving. We are going to constitute a team to visit the site to assess the situation, talk to the communities affected, because this matter has been here for a while. mechanism on how to deal with it. And you would have also given us a timeline when this would happen. Your meetings with the finance in the boardrooms of Kampala and other places may not speak to those ordinary people who now feel neglected or they feel abandoned. You want to show government presence, positive government presence in those situations. That would have appealed to me, and I'm sure to the honorable members.
Procedure, sir. Oh, sorry.
Are we now debating by procedure?
Right, Honorable Speaker. First of all, on my colleague who said I am making lies.
No, that one is finished.
I do understand him. Just as I represent the fishing communities, he has to do that because it's really very frustrating sometimes. I do understand him. However, as I said, for the last 1 year, the Fisheries Protection Unit has tried to come down. Instead, the fishermen have even started killing some of the Fisheries Protection Unit soldiers. And recently we lost a soldier that they abducted and killed in Lake Victoria. Coming back to how to rescue our people faster, yesterday when we were in the meeting, we agreed with the honorable members of parliament that within the next 2 weeks, each of them is going to the area and we set committees. The ones of Lake Victoria are going to choose their chairman and they are going to have a meeting. The next 2 weeks, they are going to bring a report. Then the ones of Lake Kyoga, they are also going to have a meeting and bring a report. The ones of Lake Albert will do the same, and then the ones of Lake George and Lake Edward will do the same.
Did you agree on anything in the interim while these consultations are going on? That is the issue.
Right, Honorable Speaker, we agreed the next 2 weeks would have come with this data because it's not easy to decide when you don't know exactly what you need to. Then secondly, we also agreed to follow up with the 6 billion that was passed and given.
Uganda has the best and most affordable rates when it comes to withdrawing and sending money. Withdraw money for as low as 330 shillings up to a maximum of 12,500 shillings. Sending money is just as affordable as ever. Absolutely unbeatable. Use Airtel Money on the most affordable network with the largest network of Airtel Money branches in Uganda. Dial *185# to get started. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
My name is Mhabuzera Ubel from Men's Forum Against Domestic Violence, Uganda. I'm Executive Director for Men's Forum. I want to tell you, our people of Uganda, our men, to encourage you you wash your hands. Every 15 minutes, wash your hands. When you go out, when you go to shop, when you come back, wash your hands. When you are meeting your friend, wash your hands. And keep your mask on your mouth. Don't move without mask. So I want to encourage you, our people of Uganda, men, keep distance. Wash your hands every 15 minutes. It's better to kill germs. Thank you.
And Right Honourable Speaker,
First of all, on what matter do you rise?
Right Honourable Speaker, I rise on a procedure matter.
Your procedure, okay.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, as I was saying, I'd restrained myself from commenting on this matter. Specifically, Right Honourable Speaker, when the President visited our area, it's me who read the document on behalf of the fishing community in Vuyende and Kamuli and Kaliro. And the President had committed that in less than 3 months, something was going to be done during the time of campaigns. The pressure has been high, Right Honourable Speaker. That is why you saw my colleague from Bugabula North had to rise and present that issue. That's why I had kept quiet, because the issue is tough in our area. Right Honourable Speaker, yesterday the Minister called a meeting. Me, I didn't attend, simply because this was a collective meeting for MPs where we would not get the solution, because the issues that affect the community of Muvumba are very different from those of Kamuli.
Now the procedure?
Yes, the procedure matter I'm presenting, Right Honourable Speaker, is as the Minister presented the future plans, we told them that some people lost their husbands, some people were displaced, they have nothing to eat. But up to now, the Minister, Right Honourable Speaker, is presenting the future, not the current solution as you have requested. Right Honourable Speaker, my procedure matter is, are we really continuously proceeding well as we fight to see the Uganda we want, when ministers come and continue saying we are going to, without saying we have agreed to implement ABCD, to do ABCD. So that is my concern, that is my area of procedure, whether we continue moving when we are going to, we shall, we will, we are planning, outside saying we have agreed to do ABCD. Are we proceeding well, Right Honourable Speaker?
Honourable Member, the point is well taken, but that is just where I've been pressing the Honourable Minister to tell us, for example, in the interim period, what's going to happen while all these big plans are taking place. What happens now as we walk? We are dealing with people, and that's the most important thing. We are dealing with people who are watching, who are reading, and who are in a situation that we are not in, probably suffering. We don't know the full situation, but they are in trouble somehow. We want them to listen and say, okay, the minister said in Parliament that this is going to happen. Honourable Minister, please help us with that. In the interim period, what is going to happen? We close this matter. We give you time to handle with the honourable members of Parliament, find solutions, common ground on how we are going to deal with this matter with finality, so that if the lakes have to breathe, they breathe without drowning people. I think that is the conflict that is. The Honourable Minister, please come, close this matter, we move.
Procedure, right?
Clarification, are you taking the clarification from Ajumani?
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. And we have been missing you. We are grateful that you are back. Thanks be to God.
Thank you.
My clarification, the clarification I'm seeking for is when exactly is the minister reporting to this house? Because this matter has come here as a national matter now. And she has explained how far she has gone with honorable colleagues, but that aspect of when she is going to report has not been said by her. So my sister, can you tell us when you are reporting so that as a house we can make a follow-up? Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, let's do this. From my assessment from the responses of the minister, you can even see she's trying to consult. Honorable Minister, would you like to do short consultation now and tomorrow morning and come back and speak to the communities that are affected through this house on what you're going to do in the interim period tomorrow afternoon? Is that okay? Do your consultation and come back tomorrow, 2 o'clock, with what you're going to do in the interim period.
Most obliged, Honorable Speaker.
2 o'clock, we'll have this matter back and we hear from the minister what is going to happen in the meantime, while all these plans for dealing with this matter with finality is going to be handled. On this same matter, it has gone. Thank you very much. Can we go to the next item?
Procedure 5.2, different matter, Speaker.
We are not going to carry debates by procedural matters. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me to welcome you to the House. I was about to do so, but Honorable Semuju could not allow me to say so. And I want to congratulate members of Parliament. I've never congratulated you, and I wish very fruitful deliberation and total cooperation between me and you as your Minister of Energy. Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Opolot Okasai Sidronius, the Minister of State for Energy, has been handling this matter since it came on the floor. And he's in the House. I'd like to leave him present the matter which is on the order paper. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues.
Honorable Minister, proceed.
Right Honorable Speaker, colleagues, this is my maiden presentation as a minister. So I wish to take you, this issue was actually raised at the 14th sitting of the first meeting of the first session of the 11th Parliament of Uganda, held on Thursday, 5th August 2021 by Honorable Kauma Sauda MP, Iganga District. Raised concerns over the high electricity tariffs that have curtailed enterprise development in the whole country. And the ministry responds as follows. Honorable Speaker and members, I wish to make the following statement on the matter. The electricity tariff is the price that the customer of electricity pays for electrical energy consumed and or services rendered by the utilities that provide the services. The electricity tariff is set to recover the reasonable costs of providing electricity service. These costs, also referred to as revenue requirement, include cost of generation, transmission, distribution, and supply of electricity. Principles of electricity tariff determination.
Recovery of all reasonable costs and reasonable rate of return for licensed activity include: 1. Revenues adequate to cover reasonable levels of the operation and maintenance costs. 2. The recovery of investment capital and the approved return on investment. And 3. Incentives to reduce costs and improve operational efficiency. The electricity tariff is determined by Electricity Regulatory Authority under Section 10 of the Electricity Act.
Mr. Speaker, I beg your indulgence. If it's only me who is lacking the paper.
Procedure?
Yes, procedure, sir. As a matter of procedure, Mr. Speaker, I think it is procedure right for the Minister to share with us his presentation.
You have already ruled.
I beg your indulgence, Mr. Speaker. I beg to know from you, Mr. Speaker, whether it is right for the Minister to go on and make a presentation without sharing with us his presentation. I do not have it. I've checked in all our e-communications. It's not there. I don't know whether colleagues have it. Is it procedure right, sir?
Unfortunately, it is right, because this is a matter of national importance that was raised. It doesn't require a written response. So we are proceeding very well. The Minister is just briefing himself on what he's going to say.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I beg to proceed.
Proceed.
The current approved tariffs, I'm going to put it in Uganda shillings, then I will also turn it into US cents. I read it in Uganda shillings. Okay, I'll read it in Uganda shillings. The applicable electricity end user tariff for the period July to September 2021, I indicated the end user tariff for July to September 2021 in Uganda shillings is time of use. It is dictated by time of use. Different times of use of electricity have got different tariffs. And then the category of users also have different tariff rates. So on average, on the different categories, we have category 1, lifeline. This is for a household in a rural area who just requires maybe 2 or 3 bulbs and then 1 socket for charging and his radio and his television. The lifeline average is 250 shillings per kilowatt hour. Above life
procedure. Honorable Minister, please sit.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Minister is talking about something that touches all of us. And when you look at the question that was raised by the member, the member asked, what is the minister going to do to reduce the ever-increasing indiscriminative electricity prices? Is the Honourable Minister therefore proceeding well to be tackling a different issue, telling us what is the definition of a tariff, when the member simply wanted to know what is going to be done to reduce this so that our voters stop giving us a lot of pressure? I seek your indulgence.
The Honorable Minister had announced at the beginning, which is a plea, that this is his maiden speech. But the protection accorded to such maiden status of speeches is only to the extent possible. The extent has not been to the extent possible because there has now been interruption of your debate and presentation, because the speaker has also been waiting patiently to start hearing when you're going to deal with the actual question. Because this was a question, this was an urgent question. What are you going to do about tariffs? They are killing people. What are you going to do about them? You have outlined how the figures are generated, the final figures are generated. In those components, which ones are reducible and what are you going to do about it? Full stop. These are the statistics is for the future. But for now, this is what we want. You will have cleared us. Proceed, Honorable Minister, along those lines. These are the new texts, please abandon them and just proceed.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I actually went that way to make everybody understand how the tariffs are derived. However, I will go to what measures the ministry is putting in place to reduce the tariffs. One, but before I present that, I wish to correct the version that I don't have my presentation. It was uploaded into the laptops.
It's not even a requirement. Just proceed, Honorable Minister.
Implementation of tariff reduction measures. The Ministry of Energy, Mineral Development has undertaken several measures geared at mitigating tariff increases over long term. The following measures have been implemented to ensure reduction in electricity prices. A, debt refinancing of Bujagali hydroelectric power. In June 2018, government finalized debt refinancing of Bujagali hydroelectric power, reducing the extra large industrial consumer category tariff to US cents 0.88 cents per kilowatt hour and US cents 5 for a kilowatt hour at off-peak time of use of electricity. Two, distribution efficiency. The energy losses by Umeme Limited have reduced from the target 27% in 2011 to the target of 14% in 2021, from 27% to 14%, 2021. C, implementation of extra large customer category. In 2017, Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development implemented the extra large industrial consumer category. This consumer category includes 43 industries consuming 27% of the electricity, and the overall cost structure and competitiveness is very sensitive to costs of electricity. 27% is consumed by just a few large industries. D, public financing of large hydro power projects. Government financed Karuma and Isimba hydro power plants. Isimba was commissioned in April 2019, and Karuma is expected to be commissioned in June 2022. The tariff for both Karuma and Isimba are less than US cents 5 per kilowatt hour during the loan repayment period and reduces to US cents 1.2 per kilowatt hour, that reduction through that intervention. E, rebate policy. My ministry has implemented the rebate policy where consumers who finance construction of electric installation are and refunded through a rebate against the electricity bills or invoices. This has reduced the turnaround time for industrial new connections. Demand estimated at 60 megawatts is being implemented under a rebate policy. F, declining block tariff. My ministry has implemented a declining block tariff for large and extra large industrial consumers, where the tariff reduces as industries consume more electricity based on predetermined consumption threshold. G, hedging of foreign exchange risk. The fluctuation of exchange rate of the Uganda shilling against the US dollar is one of the biggest challenges affecting financial sustainability of electricity supply industry. My ministry has commenced a pilot foreign exchange hedging of power purchase costs amounting to $1 million US per month effective January 2021. H, implementation of a free connection policy. In November 2018, government approved the implementation of free connection policy, targeting to connect 300,000 consumers per year. However, due to the realigning of the government of Uganda expenditure priorities, in part caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, the government has thus, starting March 2021, provided for a dual connection system where consumers with the ability to pay for their connections will be connected, while the free connection continues to those who cannot afford.
Procedure.
Mr. Speaker, the question was clear about the tariffs. Even if you give the free connections, it does not affect the tariffs. Mr. Speaker, I understand the minister knows it very well, that in Uganda, we generate more electricity than we use, and we pay for that excess. How does the construction of Yesimba, Karuma reduce on the tariff of the electricity we are talking about? So I don't think whether we are proceeding right if the Honorable Minister is not giving the right answer or is giving twisted facts to the question he was asked. Thank you very much.
Technically, actually, that is not a procedural matter. That's a matter of clarifications from the minister, not a procedural matter. How do you expect me to rule on that one? So now that you have sought clarification in that way, the minister will find time to accommodate in his response to deal with that situation as well. Okay? Honorable Minister? That is for you. Clarification is for you, not for the Speaker. You either accept, you can reject.
I would wish to clarify on his question. I have actually indicated how this one is affecting tariffs. At construction, it is already down, less than, it is 5 cents per kilowatt hour by that construction. And after the construction and repayment, it comes to $1.2 US. So that is a reduction, a big reduction. that intervention of construction of new dams. It is a huge, huge reduction in tariffs. Can I be allowed to proceed?
Proceed, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, can the minister just complete a sentence?
Yeah, right,
no, Honorable member,
Speaker,
please.
I raise an point of procedure.
I haven't allowed you. Please resume your seat. You wait for the speaker to allow you. If I have not allowed you, do not access the microphone. You have no right. Until you say procedure, then I say point of procedure, please don't begin any movement. Stay where you are until I give you marching orders to go and speak. So from this occasion, the penalty, you lose your chance to raise that matter. Minister?
Thank you very much, right, Honorable Speaker. Improvement of reliability and quality of electricity supply. My ministry has determined a new set of minimum standards of reliability and quality of electricity supply for Umeme Limited and Uganda Electricity Transmission Company Limited, based off the financial reward and penalty structures which have been established, controlling Umeme and electricity transmission. J, engaging with Uganda Manufacturers Association, my ministry holds quarterly meetings with the Uganda Manufacturers Association to discuss, one, power reliability challenges faced by individual industrial consumers. Two, electricity tariff trajectory. Three, demand growth initiatives. Four, investment plans for the various users. Five, implementation of directives by His Excellency the President to electricity tariff. We are considering what the President is directing to reduce the tariffs, especially to the industrial consumers. Direct connection of power from the generator to the industrial, big industries. K, charcoal to power initiatives. When we increase the consumption of electricity, the tariffs will be forced to come down. My ministry has commenced implementation of pilot projects towards ensuring Ugandans and institutions use electricity for cooking. If we increase the number of people who are using the electricity, the costs and distribution will come down. So we want to get more people into using electricity as a way of reducing the tariffs. Right, Honorable Speaker and members, I wish to submit.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. This was a question for an urgent matter. The member who raised it, does he or she have a supplementary question? Rules are meant to be followed. If the member who is supposed to raise a supplementary question, who raised this initial question, is not here, that matter poses there. No other debate is required under the rules. Thank you very much, honorable members. There being no further business to handle, this House stands adjourned to 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Mukoze mutya?